Just an hour ago, a new patch was released for Lance of Recovenants. As soon as I logged on, Hallander asked me to help investigate an open home. Homes are unreleased dungeons or areas, and open homes are accessible by any player, but are usually temporary and patched immediately. Hallander Giram, PAWYW, or POW, and Clockwork Shinobi are already here, along with dozens of other players. There isn't any music playing, just ambiance. I got a message, Hallander tells me, that if I wanted to know what happened to Vincent, that I needed to come here. None of us had heard from Vincent in a week, but I was the last one to see him. Before Vincent disappeared, he took me to a home he found. It had marble pillars, Gothic doorways, and a beautiful tile floor with a red carpet over it. Vincent, Hallander, and Power are all hackers. Hallander's guild, Home is Where the Heart Is, digs for data and information on new releases. Pow and Vincent are both admins. They commonly invite me to explore homes with them, since I'm the best cleric they know. Why would the developers do this? I ask. The developers don't know what's going on, Pow grumbles, and they're telling players not to come here. Mysterious patches and messages have been showing up over the past few weeks. The devs didn't bring it up until it started to alter the game in dramatic ways, one of which being this new home area. I assumed it was a really elaborate plot to try and scare the hacking community. Almost everyone here is a hacker, Clock notes, looking around. Some are talking about a guild member or a friend that haven't come back online. Has anyone entered the tower yet? I ask. No, Pow answers, sounding irritated at the other player's cowardice. Why haven't the devs showed up or closed the area? Clock sheepishly asks. Because some evil, malicious force is keeping them at bay, Pow convincingly says. Stop trying to scare them, Hallander warns, already making his way towards the tower. The other players in the area stop talking and watch us. Large white letters appear and read, Do you dare enter? We do, Hallander answers. The massive doors begin to rumble as they open inwards. We walk in, and seeing our surroundings, I felt cold. This was the same room Vincent showed me. There was a large portrait of a beautiful woman that wasn't there before. Which way should we go? Hallander asks. There are stairs leading up and down, and a door ahead. Next to the door is a very tall knight with black, hulking armor. Pow goes ahead, up the stairs to the next floor. The armor doesn't move as we walk away, but I swear I saw it smile. A big, unnerving, serrated smile. The room is completely void. Like, if you fell out of the world, this is what it would look like. The stairs are gone, and it's really disorientating, but wherever I look, I can see our reflections. Looking down, I see myself staring at me, all the same except for her face. The eyes and mouth are sewn shut, giving a completely expressionless, dead look. Everyone's reflections look this way. I get a really eerie feeling that if they weren't beneath us, we'd fall through the floor. It's only something to scare you, Hallander says, walking forward, and then he disappears. Hallander? I call. I'm right here, he says, and comes back into view. Your sprite disappeared, Pow states, going towards the spot where Hallander vanished, but encounters an invisible wall. Hallander walks through again and disappears, but this time I notice his weird reflections are still visible on the floor, walls, and ceiling. It moves as he does. Pow explores the invisible wall until his character disappears. Just like Hallander, his reflection is still visible, moving with him as he explores the maze. Clock and I find our own paths and make our way through. Eventually, I hear Clock's sigh of relief. I made it, she says happily. I can see all of you, too. I can't see Clock, but I can still see her reflection, coming towards me. It draws its weapons to attack. What's going on? Hallander demands. I can't get back in, and my reflection thing is attacking Sylvia. I manage to block its attack with my shield, but when I get a really good look at its pale, sewn-up face, I take a few hits. Hallander's reflections mimics his attack, and my assailant's HP plummets. When he lands the final blow, it turns to dust. I quickly continue through the maze, cautious of the other reflections. Pow's reflection stops by the exit, waiting for Hallander and me. Then we all go through together. Ahead of us are stairs spiraling to the right. At the base of the stairs is a woman, the same from the portrait on the base floor. Well done, she says. You managed to fight off a weaker version of a completely useless person. As no one responds, she frowns. Not a very talkative bunch, she comments. Where's Vincent? I ask. She looks at me and smiles a little more. Ah, your little prince, she says fondly, holding her arms loosely under her chest. You children and your emotions. She looks at Pow and walks towards him, smiling sweetly. Love, ambition, desire. Without them, life is so simple. Don't you agree, Mr. Kolak? He's silent. I bet Gretchen would have agreed, she adds. The sound of Pow's headset hitting his desk make me jump. He doesn't say anything else. Running from your problems is never the answer, she muses, then smiles at me. Your little vagabond stole something of mine, so I took something as payment. Stealing is wrong, you know. Vincent had showed me a ring he found inside the home. The placeholder was metabolism ring. It was a pretty ring, and he said he'd get one for me when the release came out. I had no words. You really aren't a very talkative one, are you? She says, disappointed. We'll see just how far you can get, but let's be honest. It's not like you've ever accomplished anything legitimately, have you? She smiles and vanishes. What now? Clock mutters, sounding defeated. Without saying anything, Pow starts walking ahead and begins to climb the stairs. The only thing we can do is keep going up. Worst case scenario, we fail and go back to town. Right?